everybody, it's Jess, your go-to YouTube dance commentator, and we're here taking a look at a CORTIS track. It is ACAI. We have the music video pulled up. We've already seen two respective tracks of theirs within their direction of this comeback, so I have no idea if this will just be a standalone music video or there'll be a dance. I'm here for a good time though. Let's get started. Oh, they're gonna have a dance. Okay. Watching. And then you have the guy with his head popping too. What in the world did I just watch? Being a director of music videos like this, it is a skill set, I'm telling you, because there was a cohesion, and I wonder if it's because of the color grading of it, or because of the just unhingedness of it. There is one component that I was surprised by, which I wonder if those of you who have done remote work and you've done a ton of Zoom calls could relate to this. Whenever you're being filmed from here up, like, you would, when someone stands up, you would assume that they're wearing like pajama pants. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I found it interesting that it's actually a full fit there. Because that would be like, that was more unpredictable. The fact that they actually did a full suit compared to like what you would normally assume would happen. But yeah, if they aren't getting an acai company flavor or entity to invest in whatever this was, I don't know what to tell you. This kept me engaged regardless if I understood what was going on 100%. It was very fascinating. And I can hope that there's possibly going to be a dance practice because we actually saw dancing in this one. So I think we will find out. We have a performance concept film, as we do with CORTIS. So I'm curious about what this will entail. Ah. With a bankhead bounce? Okay. Once around the globe. That's cool. Some sturdy. Aya, aya. This one is way more cohesive, but it looks like we're given full permission to hang out anywhere in the hotel. ACAI. They filmed that at the end. What if you're allergic to acai? I guess you can't relate to this song at all. I mean, maybe you could. If you choke on acai, that means because your throat's closing, because you're allergic, right? This one was way more cohesive in terms of like understandable to what's going on. What I find interesting with Courtis is the dances that they make are already social media primed for replication. So the songs themselves are trending sounds. That is the age that we're in, at least right now, that we're, if you're not going viral on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, then it's really difficult for your song to gain traction in the market. That is what we have noticed in trend for the past few years, not just recently. So we have artists adjusting to that, not only in the Western space, specifically in the American market, but also in the case here, because K-pop is heavily influenced from the inception of it, if we're gonna be real, towards the Western market. And having these types of sounds are really cool, but getting with the times and the trends, where K-pop is its own notable industry of sound, but it still has the same overlaps that it's had since the 2000s. It just depends on where you want to look. So my point, though, is I find it interesting that they've already blocked in the TikTok trend dance that they would want to do, but also what I find fun about Courtis is their brains, how they choose to do challenges for either other artists as well as their own music. They find a loophole that's still to a degree creative in the approach, but also it works well in the social media space. So I would say they are, if with a mixed bag of what Hybe agenda-wise is pushing with the group and Courtis's, contributions, I would say they're figuring out their formula mad fast. And is it working? I would say look at the numbers, because as much as you want to, go to go to Twitter or Reddit and hear mixed reviews about any artist ever, if you look at the numbers, there are more people that enjoy it than not, to a degree, because marketing is still marketing, right? So I find that very interesting. Just when you discuss groups like CORTIS, where you can hear the heavy inspiration of their sound from a lot of individuals like the Travis Scott realm, you know, of a lot of Black artists in the music space. It's just it's an interesting topic that hopefully sparks curiosity for people to want to dive deeper and not get defensive on either side, but just being open to receive and to find inspiration and really enjoy it, whether that looks like we're utilizing the same sample kits and we're figuring out how does that look like for us as an artist on both sides. I don't know, but I find that as I think an important thing to remember here, that I'm not glazing over when I look at groups like CORTIS, but I think it's important that we can appreciate the different touching points that they have brought, especially from this performance film with their dance, like that Bankhead bounce. I'm a fan of that. That was really fun. We have a dance practice and it's a fixed cam. Let's freaking go. So weird. It's that. It was that starting position for me. I really like the chorus choreo a lot. It makes the song way more palatable. 1,000%. Aya, aya. I like the direction change on that part. Nice. Oh,
ACAI.
is that acai?
Oh, Oakberry. Oh, Oakberry. Green, red, CORTIS boy.
Green, red. We just pull up a chair.
해가 쨍쨍해지. 해가 두 개다. 해가 두 개. 와. 해가 두 개인데 너무 뜨거워. 지금 막 땀이 막. 오기 딱 좋은 날씨. 여름에는 아사히 버리지.
You know what? I really appreciate the fact that they have the kind of confidence that they got that take for them to continue on doing this. Surprised that lid didn't spill all over. That's a pretty good lid.
디자인이 있잖네 이게.
그거 컵 홀더도 코르티스잖아.
와 얘네 누구야? 뭐야?
누군지 잘 모르겠는데 사진이 좀 괜찮더라고. 나쁘지 않게 생겼더라.
땀이 너무 많이 나.
Cool. Cool stuff. That was also really funny watching that. Oh man, let's talk about it, guys. Okay. So from the top, assuming the position, it's just awkward, and I really like it. That's just awkward. Having to hold that, I find to be really funny. Okay. So the ongoing trend that we had talked about from their last one was it looks very individualized, like what you're seeing here, but it is still structured by formations and dynamics at least. This is a really fun course. So they toss it, the march it forward with the kickball change. The hops out of that's really fun. The drop it low, go into a little bedrock. It's syncopated. I like the chug with the individual pose accents there. Into a billy bounce with a zigzag wave. Billy bounce with a level change into a bankhead bounce. So lots of bouncing. Which, what else bounces? Balls. So when you're thinking about like tapioca balls, I always associate when someone's like choking on bubble tea or something like that. I know there's talking about acai, which acai is a fruit, right? Oh, hold on. It's a berry, and berries are normally round a lot of times, or it's a compilation of really round looking spots, right? Anyway, I digress. It's a berry. So if they're like, we're choking on acai, which is round, and what do round things do? They bounce sometimes. Do berries bounce? I don't know, but the bounces really help on that association. What's nice is I hope that Cortis, with the names of their tracks, they're teaching people about different flavors that could be underrated. I don't know how popular acai is. I know that acai bowls are really popular, at least where I am. And I know probably flavored drinks are good too. So maybe this taught some people some fun things about acai because they like the song and they want to understand why are we choking on it. The sin back on the arms is fun. Going back to that ball change, that step ball change out of it. That joahe, that little shrug is nice. That acai is very gestural. So the head ISO is nice. So it's super subtle with the heel toe on that too. And they go, what? So they have these interesting individual, poses, but notice it's still dynamically the same. What? They're all, doing something a little different, but notice that we all accented the same way. Yeah, and then they end up doing the most isolated, it's not even a rock away, but they're rocking with the hips compared to with the torso, the upper body. And I like the subtlety in the accent with the head, and then we end up picking it back like we're about to hit them folks. The pullback is nice. Into a send back with the arms going down. This little leg sways, sorry, not leg sways, with the arm sways on that was fun. This right here, I like the hop. Oh no, we haven't gone to the different directions yet. The hops are nice with the ball change. Sending it back. So we've already seen that, but it's a little different in the packaging or the concept. Not concept, context. That is really fun because it's giving a little bit of a cobra technique, which you would see under the popping side of things, the boogalooing side especially, or in waving. Like that right there. That's fun. Really nice. Ball changes are fun there. And then they end up sending it in. A lot of waving, boogalooing, popping styled moments in this. So if you're like, Jess, what fundamental will help me be better at this dance? Popping, waving, those off the top. Boogaloo, for sure. It's this mess right here. Yeah, especially with the direction change. I see that in boogalooing. all the time. And then I like the subtlety there. Then we get really full, and we end up getting sturdy with it with a transition. And then we end up pulling it through, kickball chain, same as before. Then we hop it, and then drop it low. So it's the commitment with the upper body, specifically this torso. If you're not comfortable hinging quickly, this is gonna be a bit of a tricky dance for you because they level drop, not mostly by the legs, but by the torso, if you notice it. I like the chug with everybody moving. And then I'm scooping it in, up, and yeah. Into the bankhead bounce, different person, break it out. ACAI. Oh, clap it. Oh, there was something that ended up happening in that first course. If you notice. This, right? They end up doing a running transition in between the windows. I noticed it on the first watch, and I'm so sorry that I didn't even touch on it whenever we covered it there. Okay. We've already now covered all this. Drop it. And I like the subtle run, which matches what you saw in the first course, but it's not the windows anymore. We're clapping too instead of just the switch off. And everybody's like, ACAI, bringing it back, and then we sending it back. Same as the kickball changes there. The head goes around. ACAI. What I find interesting is I'm curious as they get older, are we going to continue with this direction? This matches their age very, very well. Because when we associate individuals who are in their teens to early 20s, mostly teens, like late teens, you get this era of movement quite often. So that's why I'm just so curious. They're very on trend. They're on brand. They are trend setting, I would go so far as to say, because there's a lot of my students who don't listen to K-pop, but they know of Courtis because of their music. Now, I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know how known Courtis's music is on that side, but I do see them pop up on my algorithm, but I also know that my algorithm is very K-pop niched because we look at so much material all the time. So I understand that for myself, so it's nice to hear from my students as a side point. So they are individuals who, trend setting doesn't mean trailblazing. Does that make sense? So I mean, being somebody who is setting trends, I'm curious what that's going to mean 5 years from now. Are they still going to be trendsetters, or are they going to be established in their own brand? Which it sounds like, based on things that have popped up in my algorithm, that's what they want. They want Courtis to be an umbrella term that's different avenues of exploration within the space, not just isolated to 5 people. So I'm curious about what 5 years from now is going to look like for this group, because I really like the direction so far. I don't think they're going to stay this direction forever. As they get older, they're going to have different tastes. It's so fun. Yeah, all that with the add-on, it's really nice. They drop it down, bring it into with a little bring back there. It's fun. And then we end up dabbing it up. And then we end up hit ball changing. We end up punching it out. The ball change reset with the arm is really fun. And we hit it, sending it back. It's like we're being, oh my gosh, like March? There's a move like this that I think it's called a Marge step. I could be wrong. I am so sorry. Or maybe it's Auntie Viv. Maybe it's Aunt Viv. See, now I gotta go look. It's Aunt Viv. It's that one. Haha. Now the question is, where do they do it? It's not an Aunt Viv at all, because they're accenting on the bass, and it's more of a step that you would see ebb and flow, but also their setup's different too. That's life. But if you're like, what's Auntie Viv? Go look it up. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, baby. The arms go up, they toss it back. I like that. Once again, hinge at the torso. They ping it back. I like the accent with the points. End up sending it over. It's just a lot of party moves that they're hybrid because of their texture and how they do it, but these moves here, like you could see it done to a Bart Simpson? Yeah, but they have it where it's so subtle and rigid, and you cut off the pattern, right? And then the arm swings on this too. Ball changes to get us reset to the side. Sending it back. Now that was more of a hinge with the thigh in comparison to just the hips on that. Then they create it more rotational there. The ball changes. ACAI, really big. Just kidding. Nope. We drop it low. So their intro before getting sturdy is a little different, right? Same as before. And then you do the kickball change. Then you do the hoppy hops. Then you mix the ACAI. Then you cross, uncross, and then they created it more as a trio rotation compared to a window change, but they ended up doing that for the bankhead bounce. And then they're mixing it up. So they honestly, have they ever done a barista promotion? I mean, we saw the drinks, but they could absolutely work, and all they sell is acai bowls and acai drinks. Aya. There's your bounce. I love this little trot forward. Acai. Then we chug it, and then we have some move, toss it away. Yeah, so look, you notice there where it looked like one of our members just deviated because he was feeling the vibe a little too much. He didn't. If anything, he moved out of the way so you have your next member move across so you can have your next formation. That was really, really smooth in that transition. They pull it. Same as before. Then you have this little moment out of it. Honestly, every course that they do, it's subtly different, so you can kind of pick your poison a little bit. I personally like the very first one. It's a great tone setter for the track. But I like how they had their moments in the third here with a speed change. It matches how they ended up getting into their positions to start the dance to begin with. I thought that was fun. And then we have some subtle little, we're getting jiggy with it. Acai. Oh, that's fun. And then they end up, moving away. So this is the most anticlimactic outro. Like there's zero punctuation on the end of it. It's just, we're done. That would be probably our exit, would be just our final member just holding his arms up, more of a surrender pose. Everybody else just walks off. So that was still really funny though. That was cool. I really like that they have the trend on just continuing on lounging out in chairs, living it up. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Like, I love that. But also, like I said, while this was happening, the fact that, they were able to have confidence knowing that they had a good take to be able to continue on and just jam out, because it would really suck if they didn't have a good take and they have to do this all over again. But I really do like that you have a little bit of slice of life here. And I do stand behind everything I had mentioned in the last video, where we had talked through what about their brand really comes across as relatable. It's because there's a realism to the imperfection, like the fact that they look tired, the fact that they're, they look like teenage boys to me, because they are. So, and would I personally want to hang out with them? Probably not, because I am 29 and I don't live my life like that, where I want to come across with that kind of rambunctiousness that they have, which is very normal. I call it teenage angst, which is okay. I love admiring it from afar, but would I actually be friends with them? Probably not. I don't think so. That's okay though. But I could appreciate it. I could see a lot of teenagerism here, and I think that's the relatability and the charm about it, which is what makes me personally enjoy watching, because I don't know what to expect. Acai was so different than the other ones, but it's so on brand because of a lot of the overlying timbres and tonal colors and instrumentation of the music video was wild. If you want to see more Cortis and you want early access to it, it will be over on my website. You can go binge away. It is in the description for you to enjoy. And this will release on YouTube at some point. So I think that's super fun. You guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.